All right, when first starting out pressure washing, one of the biggest questions and most often asked I think I see is, how do I price out a job? When I first started, I didn't have near the setup that I do now, so I wasn't near as efficient. I've got reels and stuff now, so I'm a lot more efficient than what I was. But before, I would pull this out by hand. I had no reel. I had my pressure washer. I had a 14.5-inch surface cleaner and my wand, and that was it. If that's all you've got, roll with that. I would take on. I would underprice my job. The very first one I ever did was $100. I did it for $100 because I knew that they would take it, so that I could take the money in order to buy a bigger, more hose, because the hose that I had was 50 feet. I would have to take my pressure washer off the trailer to move it around to get all the spots. So when I priced it to make sure that they would accept the job so that I could get the money to make upgrades. I didn't look at it as making money. I looked at it as making upgrades. I still do that because I'm still small, trying to grow the business from the ground up. Now, this is my house. So when I do a job, if they have a sidewalk and curb, in this neighborhood, if they have sidewalk, curb, and this goes to right there, and then the driveway, this is not the biggest. I would do front porch, steps, walkway, the driveway, sidewalks, and curbs. I would do this now with my setup that I have right now. I'll do it for $200. If they have a small back patio, I add $20, $25 to it, because I can do my driveway and everything in about an hour, hour and a half. And I mean, you're making over $100 an hour if you've got a little bit quicker of a setup. Once I started getting a little bit quicker and started getting more comfortable, my price went up. I was doing 150. Like I would have done this for 100. Like the first job I took was a little bit smaller than this. I did it for 100. Well, now this one would be 200. So I have a minimum set now. My minimum for any driveway is a minimum of $200. I won't move my trailer if it's not if I say $200 and they say no, then I'm out. Now, if they don't have a sidewalk and curbs and stuff, and let's say it was just the driveway and that, okay, now that I'm doing $150. But in this neighborhood that I live in, everybody has sidewalks and everybody has curbs. So my minimum here is $200. I had one guy, I told him, I said, it's going to be $200. He goes, well, I had a quote for $150. I almost took it, but then I said, no, this is my minimum price. I didn't tell him that, but I thanked him. I said, that's my price. I'm sorry, good luck with your guy. Thank you for your interest. Well, I went by his house about 2 months later. He still hadn't had it pressure washed. He was trying to get a deal out of me by me just hoping to nab at it and say, oh yeah, I'll take it for $150. So the guy he never got another quote. He was literally just trying to get a deal out of it by just saying he had a quote. So get a minimum and then stick with it. Don't take every job. If they sit there and undercut you by $50, say thank you, have a nice day, move on. Now, houses, when I do a house and a roof about the same price. If it's my minimum for a house, which I've seen which I stick with, is $100 per side. If it's a ranch. Now, if it's a ranch, it's $100. That's my minimum, $100 per side. Now, this is my house. It's a 2-story. So I'm probably going to be upwards close to like 125, because it's really not going to, I always try and undercut the big guys because I'm small, because they're going to come out and probably be like 150 per side for something like this. But I mean, I'm still happy with 125. So like for this house, I would say $500, and they're going to be happy because if a big company comes out, they're probably going to say $600, $650. So I'm happy with that because I'll still be making over $200 an hour. So this one, I would do 125 per side of the house, because just of the size, each up on the top, you've got a little bit more chemicals. It's going to take just a little bit more time. I'm going to upcharge just a little bit. So I'm saying have a minimum $400. Like I just had someone, they had a 2-story house. I quoted, it was about this size, and I told them it was going to be $500, and they said, okay, thank you, blah, blah, blah. Well, they didn't want to pay that, but I've had it where people don't want to do it, and then they'll come back a month later and say, oh yeah, we'll go ahead and do it, because they did get a quote and it was way more than what I quoted them, and then they end up coming back to me. So I'm saying stick with it, tell them that's what you'll do it for, and they'll come back. Same with a roof. I kind of do a roof the same rate as the size of the house. So like if I'm going 500 for the house, I'm gonna probably go 500 for the roof, and it'll be 1,000 for everything if they want it. So like I haven't done an entire house, but with the roof, like most time I'll do a soft wash of the house like this would be 500, 200 for this, total 700. I've got one I'm doing tomorrow. That's what I'm doing. It's gonna be 700 total. I'll be there for maybe 4 hours, and that's, to me, that's bank. So if I had to do everything, you're talking about $1,200, for this house. It's a soft wash of the roof, the house, and this. Now you also have to account for where you are. People make pretty good money around here, so I'm able to charge a little bit more. If you're in a place that, they can afford that, then you might have to lower your price just a touch in order for someone to take it. Because if you're never getting a job ever, then you might be overpriced. If they're jumping on it immediately, like, oh yeah, then there's been times where I have somebody agree to my price really quickly, and they're like, oh yeah, deal, let's do it. And I'm like, oh gosh, I left money on the table because I was afraid to go for what I know I'm worth, and then ended up leaving money on the table because I was afraid of not getting the job instead of just going to the price I know I'm comfortable with and that I'm good at. The thing is if when you're first starting out, don't worry about the trying to get 5 jobs to do in one day. You go, well, let me get all these jobs. Like, get one job, do a really good job, do it like it was your own house, make it look beautiful. I need to do mine. I need to redo mine. I just do everybody else's. But if you don't have much, do a spectacular job on it. They'll probably give you a tip. I get tips all the time. If I do an amazing job, I'll get a tip. It's going to help you out. And as soon as you get that, like the first job that I had, like I said, I had my pressure washer. I had the 50-foot hose that came with it. He wanted his back patio, so I upcharged him by $20 to do the back patio included with everything. So I had to take my pressure washer off. I had to move it all the way, like if it was his house, I had to take it off, and I had to move it all the way over, reset everything back up. It took me forever. So my thought is, when I'm at a job, and I know what I'm going to make, the money that I'm going to make, my question is, what do I need next? And when I did that job, my first thing was, I need a 100-foot hose. Because at his house, I could have got away with a 100-foot hose of not having to move my pressure washer. I could have kept it on there and done all of the work. Even though I didn't have a reel, I can still pull the hose completely out. I'm not having to move that, which was a big ordeal. So if you're first starting out, my biggest thing that I did was, what do I need next? Not, well, what am I, oh, I'm going to go buy myself an Xbox. It was, what am I buying to make myself more efficient? How can I be quicker? So it was hose. That was my thing. And then next was, I need a bigger surface cleaner. Mine was 14.5. I went to 18. I still have it. Like I said, my buddy has it. And then it was, I was having to pull my hose out. I just got this. This was amazing. I love the Realcraft, but I'm having to take the hose out and put it back in manually. I'm just rolling this bad boy up in about 40 seconds. I just rolled it up a little while ago. And I was like, amazing. So on here, it was kinking really bad right here on that, which I still might put like a zip tie on that, but I ran it up higher and put a zip tie here to keep that so it wouldn't kink it and mess up my water flow. So that's why that's like that. But yeah, when you do your job, think about, what do I need next? What's going to make me more efficient on my next job? So that's kind of how I price mine out. That's just a little tips from me trying to grow a business from the ground up. Have a price, stick with it, and then as you get better and are more confident, raise your price up. So, and then stick with it and make that money, guys. Real quick, do not start out by selling yourself short and doing jobs for $75. There's a guy that's here local, and he puts out that he will do any size driveway for $75. Y'all, if you do it for $75, you are going to lose yourself and put yourself under so fast. I did my first one for $100. Yeah, but then after I did that first one, my next job, I was $150 because I instantly realized that $100 was, by the time you use gas, you drive to where you got to go, you use gas in your car, you use gas in your pressure washer. It's just your time. You use chemicals. By the time you do it, you're done with it, you've made $50. Do not undershoot yourself by that much, guys. And oh gosh, it's raining. I gotta pull my stuff in. Don't start off with $75 a driveway, guys. You'll put yourself out of business before you get started.